Guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. First of all, how good does Sandford Springs look this evening with the sun just about to go down? Today I want to talk about two hybrids, old hybrids, very cheap hybrids. Not really worth that much value when it comes to the second-hand club market. However, have they got any worth? Or are they any good for anyone out there? So first of all, thank you Sandford Springs for allowing me to come down here and film in the evenings, but I do want to talk about a job lot of clubs that I bought for about £40, but more importantly these two hybrids, Wilson Staff Fibrids. Expert marketing team behind the name of those. And I bought all of these clubs. So I bought an AeroBurner 5-wood, this Wilson Staff Smooth Driver, which I'll show you in a second, as well as these two other hybrids. And the question today is, you'll see these hybrids, not necessarily these ones, but other hybrids, very old, obviously didn't get the best marketing or weren't even that good, because now you could probably pick a lot of these up for about £10 to £15 a piece. But should you be playing with them if you've just started the game, or should you be spending a bit more money on a more renowned hybrid out there in the market? So before I go and hit these hybrids, I'm going to hit some tee shots, I'm going to hit some shots into the green and try and compare it to a lot of other hybrids that I've obviously tested over the many years that I've been playing this game. Should you buy these? Now I've bought them as a bit of an experiment. I've looked on eBay, and to be honest, the closest competitors to what I've got here have been selling for about £15 a piece, which obviously doesn't excite a lot of you out there. But if you're a beginner golfer, you've just started this game, you've got a driver, and then the next club in the bag's probably a 7-iron or 5-iron, should you go and get these to help your golf game? Because they're not the best looking clubs, it has to be said. They're very chunky, they're very cumbersome, there's not really many things going well for them, but do they produce the shot you want to produce? Are they going to give you the forgiveness, this distance, everything that you want from a hybrid? They do have a grip though, not a great one, and they do have a shaft in between the grip and the head, therefore you can play golf with it, which is my whole argument of this series. How much money do you have to spend to hit that curve of performance against just absurd marketing and retailing? So let's give them a hit, let's see what I think. So hole 4 on the parts course at Sandford Springs Golf Club. This club is ideal for this particular shot, with a ravine at about 230 yards, 240 yards, splitting the fairway. Regular flex V2 Pro 4 shaft, not a shaft that I'd normally put in, but is it going to give me the forgiveness and feel to find a fairway? That's probably down to my swing more than anything else, but let's give it a hit. Dare I say, all 3 of those found the fairway. Now I caught the bottom with all of them. I don't think I really found the middle of the club face, but I guess it's kind of my point that with a half decent swing, decent club head speed, the ball's going to go forward. It's got a head, it's got a shaft, it's got the wrong shaft for me. The grip is worn, it looks offset at address, which really put me off. It's chunky, it looks like the face is basically just been glued on. But they went down the middle, and I think they're all in. I think 2 of them in the fairway, I think 1 are blocked out right. And because it's got that regular flex shaft in it, they were spinning so much. But because they were spinning so much, I don't think they leaked offline as much as a normal fitted hybrid would have done. Have they passed the test? Well, so far, yeah. So I've outdone myself. Obviously no practice swings, and 8 in the evening is obviously a good time for me. 1, 2, 3rd almost went in the ditch at the back there. Test isn't over. However, that's not a bad start. I've taken so many clubs on this hole. Driver, 6-iron, driving iron. I would have snapped your hand off the tee to even be in this position. Okay, so this is an interesting one for me, and this is kind of the shot the majority of hybrids, or rescue clubs I should say, are designed for. In the rough, buried down, can they get it out? Can you get some height? Can you get some distance on it? We're now on hole 8, going back towards the clubhouse. I'm probably about 250 yards out, so I'm not expecting to get anywhere near the green, but I just like to see how the club reacts when I finally put these down, or at least bury them down into the grass. I will hit the other two. However, I'm never hitting. That is the world's best shot I've ever played. Played this hole so many times. That's YouTube luck for you right there. Now, for the love of God, I hope the camera picked up on both of those shots that went near the green. Not too worried about the push shove to the right. Now, I could instantly feel when I hit both of those that you don't get the same kind of crispness off the face as you would with more traditional clubs nowadays. I felt like it was almost drop kicked out there. There was zero spin, zero contact, and obviously I buried them, but they did get the ball up in the air. And Simon, 7 years ago, when he started the game, probably wouldn't be able to tell that much difference between hitting those shots out the heavy rough with a 10-15 pound hybrid and a 180 pound hybrid. They're out there at the moment. What has changed is Simon's swing. Don't know why I keep talking to myself in the third person, or about myself I should say, but because I've developed my swing over the years, I can kind of get a feel where the head is. I can kind of get a feel what the shaft's going to do. I can kind of match up the face towards the target, so it's going to go somewhat forward. And from 250 out, I mean, I'm going to take both of the shots that went anywhere near the green. You're just hoping to get up there, especially for an amateur golfer. I'm not talking a professional, but for an amateur golfer, that was good. Now, I'm not lying, the sun's going down, so I can't spend hours out here just hitting balls into this green. There's my two shots just past the flag, which is obviously very good, and I'm always going to take it. However, they did pitch probably about 30 yards short of the green, mainly because of the rough, but also when they did come out, they were like a, I don't know what the way to describe it, like a wiffle ball. They were like taking all kinds of spin. Obviously, not much danger here at Burford at the front of the green, so they've been able to bounder up here, get onto the green. I know the course, I know how to play the shot, but they're still here, and it's still 15 pounds, 10 pounds a club. So we played one off the tee, we played one out the rough, and also I might hear you screaming, Simon, you swing a rescue at 120 miles an hour, which I do. Therefore, anything that I put in my hands, the ball's gonna go a relatively long distance. So, last test, renowned hole, hole 7 on the Parks here. Green does firm up a bit and it goes away from you, and traditionally the wind's also behind you, so getting it to stop on the green is a very much a challenge. So I'm going to hit the 4 hybrid now, and I'm going to go from about 170 yards out and see if I can get it to stop on the green, because traditionally a 4 hybrid, that is probably the distance the majority of you would be hitting this club. How does it perform from that distance? The height that I actually got on those was actually quite impressive, especially from the distance or how far I am away from the flag. Now, I left a bad shot in there, mainly because that was my swing. You saw the 2 good shots I hit. Well, I wouldn't say the first one was good. I hit one of them on the green from 170, so I'll take that. But I was more impressed with the height that the club actually got behind it. Now, it is a regular flex shaft. It did stop on the green because I can see it from here. But it's more about the swing mechanics that allowed the ball to do that. Again, I'll revert back to when I started this game. Would I have been able to do that from 170 yards, cut my swing, open my body up, add a bit more height to it to allow the ball to stop on the green from that distance with that club? No. Arguably, I was standing there thinking, can I do it now? But I definitely have a lot more chance because of the practice and the lessons and the knowledge I have about the game now. I think the main thing I'm trying to say is these aren't the best hybrids. They don't feel great, they don't look great. To be honest, they don't even sound that great either. I'm still getting it to do what I want it to do. Would I put them in the bag? No. I just don't like the look or feel of them. Could I play a round of golf with them? Yeah. So there's my second shot. We won't worry about the first or the third. They're irrelevant. There's my pitch mark as well on the ground there. Hopefully you should be able to see that. And then it's kind of stopped about 10 yards, or let's say 15 foot past from where I actually hit the ground. Got a rubbish putt coming up to this hole. This hole is deadly, especially when the greens are in super speedy summer mode. I want to sum up this video real quick. This is a very fitting ending to this video, seeing as my G7X Canon camera, which cost about £600, which obviously wanted to use to film my channel and has made me many videos, and I actually love it, has just died on me, and that's down to me not charging the battery. However, now I'm using my iPhone and the quality seems a lot better. Wilson Staff Hybrid. The irony of this video, and I say irony a lot, is that because I've just hit these, and these wouldn't have been shouted about a lot in the past, and I'm not saying these hybrids are great. What I'm saying is £20 hybrids when you start the game are. I imagine after I publish this video, quite a few of you might even go and search for hybrid, and people have had these on eBay for 6 months and not even been able to budge them, so they brought them down to £9.99 plus £5 postage, and they'll just fly off the shelf because they're actually good value. Like, it's got a head on it, it's got a stick on it. And if you haven't got hybrids, then you're better off spending £30 on that and just learning to hit a hybrid before you then go and spend 80, 100, 120 on a modern one, just so you know what you want. I think that's the whole point. I've hit so many golf clubs now, tested so many golf clubs, expensive ones, cheap ones. I know what's going to be good for my game. I know what's not going to be good for my game. These don't sound great. They don't feel great. They're not the best hybrid in the world. And to be honest, they are probably worth £20. But they still do a job, and it's probably more because I've invested 7 years, 10 years of my life into this game that I can actually use these. So there's going to be a player out there that's probably using very expensive hybrids, but these will probably be better for their game because of the way they hit a golf ball. The only problem is finding that player, and then that player finding these. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys later.